I don't know if you know a bit about Catholic Mothers. Okay, Catholic Mothers was born in 2015, and it started as a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you was born?
Well, in 2015.
2015. Ah, you are quite.
So we're very young as an apostolate, you know, and it
Yes.
started as a Facebook group.
Yes.
And because as you can imagine, and as you know, being a mother can be a bit isolating. And you know, and sometimes you feel that spiritually you don't get much because you're always running around your children, and socially you don't get enough because you know you're always around the children, which is lovely but can be a bit hard at times.
Yes.
So it started as a virtual reality,
Mm.
and it was a local reality, and then expanded and became international, and then from international people wanted conferences and wanted workshops and wanted talks, so it became also something, you know, where people, you know, a place where people could meet both online and perhaps, you know, as I said, in conferences, in talks and things like
And
that.
how many followers do you have?
And not as many as you, Rosa. No,
Yeah.
we're about 2,500, 450. We're starting. We're getting there. We're also a closed group,
Nice. I think
which
it's a very nice work. You know, the people need this kind of platform, no?
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that
that's
is
right.
very interesting. Yes. Thank you
And
very
well, the thing is, we try to help our mothers to get and to know more about our mother church, which sometimes, you know, it's very difficult to kind of understand what the church is about and what the teaching of the church is about, because we're always busy and we miss so
Yes.
many things. That's all. So
Yes.
anyway, first of all,
But it is possible, Chiara.
exactly, but
It
it
is
is
possible,
possible.
you know?
Exactly. So this is
Yes.
what the message I want to send out there, that it's possible, even if you're a busy mother, you know, and in fact, we need the spiritual support in order to kind of do our job, you know, at the best, you know, of our, you know, abilities. And anyway, so one thing, now, obviously, as you can imagine, I on the group, I did post, and there was a thread about you when your husband died, and you know, we prayed for you, and we prayed, you know, so we followed your story back then. So are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So when a couple of days ago, I posted a thread telling them that I was about to interview you. So there's a few questions that some of the mothers have for you. So
Okay.
we'll start. First of all, they want to know what's your Catholic background? You know, how did you, so
Yes.
were you always
Okay.
Catholic?
My
Did you
background. Okay. I belong to a family with a big faith.
Okay.
Faith,
Faith?
no?
Yep.
Faith,
Faith.
with a big faith. You know, I belong to a family with 16 children. My parents had 16 children.
Wonderful. Yeah.
My husband also becomes from a family for 14 children.
Okay.
But we know this fee, we need to take more and more, and we need to practice these fees. It's not blah, blah, blah of philosophy. If you don't pray every night together, the Rosa, if you don't know, pray your time with your children, it is difficult when they arrive, the cross. It is
Yeah.
difficult how to doing with your problems. We need to pray the fee. I know that the fee is a present of God,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I come from a family with a lot of fee. Yes.
Oh, very good. Wonderful. And so they wanted to know how you two met.
How do you?
How you and your husband met.
My husband, I live in Barcelona. My husband in this moment they was living in Madrid, but we met in a congress in Valencia.
Okay,
You
very good.
know, we always we say in Spain in my house the marriage and the die always come from God.
God.
But you need to pray. I am in this moment. I am praying from the wife and the husband of my children. We need to pray, but we need to work. Not only pray. No, okay, you must be with a good families with the same faith with you to groups, Catholic groups, and you need to pray and also to look how is a good that could be a good boy, a good girl for your children.
So you were praying for a husband and you were running the right circles, so,
Yes.
Catholic circles, because you obviously wanted a Catholic husband.
Yes, yes, because I know the marriage is a long travel and you have also a lot of problem, but a lot of opportunity to fight together.
Yeah, very good.
But I was thinking always I will be in love with someone with the same faith, because it is easy, because if you have the same faith during this long life, the people they just born now, they will live until 100 years. In this moment, the people they just right, and it's easy to be beside you somebody with the same faith. But that could be some. I know that I have heard about married, they are mixed. They are not from the same. One is Catholic, the other Protestant or Muslim, but it's quite difficult.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. So now I've got a question from Rachel, and she says, did you feel called to have a large family from the start of your marriage, or was it something that came later? So were you always like, okay, that's it, we're going to have 15, 16 children, 10 children,
Yes.
or, what was your approach when you first?
Married with my husband, you know that I belong to a family for 60 children. Yeah. My husband, 40 children. At the beginning of our marriage, they died in 4 months. They died 2 child. Oh, and in this moment, the doctor said, please, Rosa, don't have any more child. You have some problem in your body. Your husband is okay and you okay. But when you get together, your children, and at least of these 18 children, 8 was born with heart problem. I know that every child is a present of God. It's a present. And when you decide with your husband to have another child, this child is forever and ever and ever. It's not a child for to be perhaps 100 years in the earth. No. They have another life in heaven. Yeah. But God have you the freedom, the freedom to say, do you want to have another child or not? After every child, my husband and I, we was thinking, paternity responsibility is not, okay, no. You need to think. And I was always, when I was pregnant, I was always sick. I was vomit.
Oh, no.
In the morning, in the afternoon, at night. Also, the day that I was going to the hospital to have my baby, I vomit. But when you did the balance to have another child, but you say, yes, I am working in the morning. I am, when I was pregnant, I vomit every day.
So it wasn't easy.
But yes, it was not easy. And also I was tired sometimes, but after you have a baby and a woman, a boy, a girl, forever and ever. When you did this balance, yes, I feel not well during my pregnant, but after I have a child forever and ever.
So the fact that each of your children might have been born with some heart problems didn't stop you. You just, you thought about having another child one at a time. So it wasn't, yeah.
Yes, in this time, we help to the science to how to, when they was born, these children with heart problem, the science, they could be, look, how can we
research
and how can, and we help and we push the science. No, because the people say, Rosa, you are allowed, you can kill your baby. But I say, I don't want to kill my baby. It's an opportunity to fight together to take up this little baby. Wonderful. And now in this moment, they still 15 children. And you know that now I am beef, but you can say, poor Rosa, she's beef. Yes, but she's taking care, and she's around 50 children.
Very good. Yeah.
What is something different?
I must say there's something beautiful about like seeing your round table like full of people all the time, every day. So I love your Instagram pictures. It's just lovely, beautiful.
Yes.
Another thing, now they want to know a typical day in your house. You know,
A typical day, I get up near 7 o'clock because some of one, they go to the university very early.
Okay.
The other one, they have a sport in the morning, athletic. My children are athletic. And I was...
Sorry, just a second. How many children have you got at home at the moment?
At the moment, there are 12.
12. And the
Only
rest?
12. Only
they're
12.
Off to university? Only 12.
Only
Yes.
12, yes. They have one, Juanpi lives in Korea. You know, the world is global. You know, you would like to have all your children beside you, but it's not possible. Okay, one, Juanpi lives in Korea. Another one, Cookie, she takes care his grandmother. She's 91 years old. She's studying in Madrid engineering. He's doing now the master engineer in Madrid with grandmother. And another one study also in another university. Okay, at least I have 12 child in my house. Only one, he's working.
Okay.
In a consulting company. There are 3 in the university.
Okay.
No, 4. No, 3 at home, 3 in the university, and 8 there are still at the school.
Yeah, very good. So you said, you know, the morning must be very busy.
Yes. And I leave the house. I would like to say that I am going in the morning to the Mass. I need to pray. Not only go to the Mass, I need to be beside our God. I am going to one church that they have exposition, and I need to pray. And I ask, please, for fuerza, how you say, I need strength. I need to have, because I am thinking which email I need to put. I have a meeting with these people, and also my children. How can I have a meeting in my school? I need to go to the doctor, with the dentist, with another one. I have one auntie that she's 92 years old. I need to take flowers. And I think what's happened in all my day. Every day is different. A lot of problem, a lot of opportunity, a lot of different things. But I need to pray. I would like, if I can pray, is horrible my day. But when I pray, I am more patient, you know, because the school, they is calling you, Rosa, your son, he did this and look that, and plenty of things, you know.
I can imagine. It happens to me. I only have 7, so I can imagine when you have 12.
When I pray, my day is different. Okay, we take lunch together only with those who are in the university, and I have at 5 o'clock the children that they are in the school. They came back alone by work, and I always stay with my children when they come back from the school. I am beside to if they need some help to the homework from the school, and I be with my children. We pray the Rosary, everybody together. Sometimes there are one in a soccer team, and they don't arrive at the time, but they know that at home every night we pray the Rosary.
At the same time, or
yes, at 8 o'clock, near 8 o'clock.
So before dinner, you said?
Yes, before dinner, because but sometimes they can arrive because they have in a exam, they have in a soccer, they arrive later from their work, but they know that we pray the Rosary all together.
So,
Those days that I stay in Mexico, one sister-in-law, they put me a WhatsApp, Rosa, I just going to your house at 8 o'clock. And I saw that your 3 little children, they was praying alone the Rosary. Because they have the routine,
yeah, yeah.
every day is the same.
Like you sit down at dinner, every night you have the rosary together.
Yes,
Very
yes.
good.
And
There's one thing. So, and then just before we move about the routine bedtime and all that, somebody asks, what is a typical weeknight dinner at your house and who cooks? So do you cook? How do you deal with dinners every day and for
yes,
so many people?
I am the cooker.
You're the cook.
Every
Yeah.
day I cook for 20 people. Now, in this moment, there are 2 Korean at home. And
Okay.
yesterday, I arrived later because I was in a meeting in Valencia, 3 hours far from Barcelona. And when I was just arrived for dinner for the Rosary, I arrived from the Rosary, and for dinner time is the most important time in our family. And this couple of Koreans say, don't worry, we will cook for you. And they was cooking an Asiatic meal. It was so nice, spicy, and my children, they are really, really happy. But for cook for a large family, you don't have 1 hour. No, you have only 20 minutes.
Yes.
I know a lot of meal that you can cook only in 20 minutes.
Very good, wonderful. That's very good, and that's very, very clever, very clever. But so in bedtime. So how does bedtime work? What time do they go to bed? And how does it work? Is it madness, or everybody just goes as a routine?
Yes, after dinner time, the little ones, they go very quick to bed, say bye-bye, mommy. I kiss him. I put a cross in his, how you say?
Blessing. A
Yeah,
blessing.
blessing. See you tomorrow. The other ones, mommy, I need to do work in the PC. The other one, they need to read a book, and I am sitting in the sitting room, in the living room, and I was speaking those who need to speak, to explain, of mommy, will you please help me in these things or in the other things? It's a relaxed time. We put music, classic music, and the little ones, they went to the bed, and the other ones, they need to talk a little bit more or to read. Is a
very good, very good.
Not a crazy moment. It's a relax.
Very good, very good. So everything comes down slowly, before you.
Yes.
And so, did you ever have any help around the house with so many children? Who helps you? Family, or you tell me.
Yes, I have some in Spain. It's not very expensive to have someone to help. I have some lady in the morning. He's washing the clothes, and also he cleans the house.
Very good.
But in summertime, in holiday times, I have nobody.
Yeah.
I think that my children, they have the opportunity to learn all the tasks in one house. You 1 week you are the cooker, the other week you are the wash, the other day you have your time and the opportunity to learn all these kind of things. Each one, they can do his own bed. He put the pajama in. He take order his room, and there is one responsibility to say, in the room of the boys, there is sleeping 6 boys at the same room.
Oh,
and the oldest is
the 2 is bad enough in my house. 2 boys in one room. It's an atomic combination, but hey.
Yes. But no, you are not the dictator, you are your brother. Okay, we are doing now a champion how is the best blackboard, his order, or how is they help one to the other ones. And it's nice that one of your brothers say, please put the pajama in your bed. No, mommy. What? No, I don't like to show up.
Oh, very good. Listen, another thing that tell me about the Providence. What's your relationship with the Providence? Because obviously, being a big family, you have to rely. Any family needs to rely on the Providence, but I guess even more when the number of children is,
Yes.
it's a number, let's say.
Yes.
And sometimes the Providence is not always immediate, kind of. And I do find that I struggle myself with that kind of, okay, I've done my bit now, where are you? So how have you dealt with it? And have you ever felt like, a bit discouraged?
Yes, the providence is important because now in this world that the people, they are so materialist. They can how many money you have in your pocket. They can, no, Rosa, look, my house is impossible to put another bed. But I have not double bed, I have 4 bed. 1, 2, 3, and 4 bed. It is possible. But it's a question for I would like. God is our Father. God, if they send you a new baby, I am sure they will send you the strength and the happiness to have a new baby. So, for perhaps you are count, no, Rosa, to arrive at the end of the month, it is really very difficult. I would like to tell you, my husband lost his father and his mother. He didn't work because in this moment the lady, he didn't know how to work. They stay at home. And my husband belongs to a family for 14 children. My mother-in-law, she's really happy because in this moment each 14 children, they give a little pension.
Oh yeah, lovely. Yeah.
And it is nice if you need to pay your mommy only one person, and if you are married now and it's so difficult, but 14 brothers and sisters, they need to take only a little pension.
Yeah.
And it's so nice.
Now, I like what you said about the providence, because obviously we always assume that the providence is money or is like a material thing, but it's also the strength and the happiness to embrace the situation, which is a really lovely thing. Yes. To thank you for that. Now, so and another thing, obviously, did you feel like ever like a failure? Because sometimes many mothers says, oh gosh, I just feel such a bad I'm such a bad mother, I'm just doing my job so badly, I'm some so now how did you enough time for the children, or you didn't do that task well? So how was your answer to this moment of failure, or feeling of failures rather?
I don't the Skype, it was not so good. Would you please repeat in short?
So I was saying, sometimes, as parents or as mothers, especially, you feel like, you're failing your children, or you feel like a failure because, you're not managing to do all the work that you have to do, or you're not managing to pay attention to that one child that need you. It happens. It's life. So yes. How, did you ever feel like, you were failing? Yes. And how did you deal with failure, or, the yes. feeling of failure?
Of course, there are some moments, there are a crazy moment, because at the moment that all the children arrive at house from the school, and they are hungry and they are a little bit tired, and they fighting one to the other one, and the telephone ring, Rosa, please, and your neighbor clean your door, will you please give me a potato, I need the potato for the meal of my baby. and you say, what's happening in this house? It's crazy.
We're not alone, right?
Yes.
It happens to everybody.
Yes, that could arrive, but we must be patient. And I would like to say to my friends that we need to find these special moments, not so long, short moments, to take a stride to yourself, you know, because the life, it is really very, very long. We will live until 100 years. But if you can sleep at night because you have a baby and you feed your baby, and also you have problem in your office, in your work, and also the children, they are fighting, and you are tired because you can't sleep at night because you have a baby, you need to take a rest, to sleep, because if you don't sleep, you see everything very, very without light, you know. You must be take care yourself, sleep how in the morning, perhaps when the children are in the school, and now we need to take care, because and say to your husband, now this moment I am tired, will you please help me speak how to have any solutions. We have intelligence to thinking and to speak how can be. But of course, when you have a little one children, some moments, there are crazy moments, but not the 24 hours, please, only these little moments.
Very good. That's wonderful. We're almost finished, almost finished. Now, I want to know, so you said about your private prayer life, and I want to know about your prayer life as a family. So, you know, so you said you've got like a moment in the morning where you must go to mass, otherwise you just can't function for the rest of the day.
Yes.
So is this your secret? In terms of prayer life, what else do you do privately though? And then, you know, you move on as a family, what it is that you do together.
Yes, I told you that I need to pray, because, you know, I would like to explain to everybody that the people, the person, the human people is body and spiritual. It's not only material. We have the heart of our is a spiritual. We are body, material, and spiritual. And you need to take care this spiritual part that a lot of people they don't take care. I am going to the church every day to pray, but in the afternoon it's not possible because I am with the children and there is a lot of noise at home and there is the homework and there is a lot of things. I need to pray also in the afternoon, and I pray in the living room. My children, they know that I am with the evangelium, you know. Mommy, what are you doing? I am praying. Of course, there is noise, there is music, someone, they are fighting. Mommy, can I ask something? Yes. What do you want? And after the question, I continue my prayer. The children must see that you need to pray.
And how did you, obviously you had little children, because it's easier now that, you know, the children are older in a sense, but when you had small children, maybe, you know, 2 or 3 at a time, how did you deal with that, you know, and yes. The prayer time, the same?
Yes, I have not playroom in my house. I am in the living room, in the dining room, and I was sit down and they was playing puzzle or with the doll, and they was playing with the little cars, and they know, mommy, shh, mommy, she's praying. But of course, if you want, would you please give me a glass of water? Of course, the important is my children, my babies, but they know that mommy needs to pray.
And then, you know, with the children, you said you have the Rosary together, and anything else? Do you go to mass together on a Sunday, or?
Yes. Sunday we are going to the mass together, and also Saturday. We plan the Saturday. We will go to the mass. Of course, in Saturday we have a lot of match, soccer match, basket match, and we like to go and say, come on, go. But, okay. And I say to my children, they have the possibility to go to the mass every day at the school. But during the summertime, I told him, if 24 hours have one day, every day, and now we are in holidays, in summertime, if we don't have time to go to the mass every day, is only 20 minutes, no more.
Yeah.
I think we need to say to our children, why, mommy, we need to, yes, I need to go to say thank you. Thank you for all of these nice things, that we can go to holidays. We can be together. We have food to eat. So many people, they have nothing to eat. We need to say thank you, to pray, and to be together beside our God.
Very good. That's wonderful. So are all your children practicing Catholics? Is anybody left the faith, or they all? And because obviously doubts are very normal.
Yes, we are. Thanks God that we are in practice our faith, Catholic faith. But at home we invite a lot of people. There are Muslim, Buddhist, Protestant, and when we come at my house, we pray the Rosary and we respect the religion.
Yeah.
But they know that in this house we pray the Rosary every day. When they arrive a teenager, my children say, Mommy, please, you can. That is not obligatory.
You can't force me.
Sorry?
You can't force me.
You can't force me to pray the Rosary. Of course, it's your freedom. You are 16 years old. You are so old. You can decide. But we are praying the Rosary. Mommy, I need to do a work in my PC. Yes, but please pray for mathematics exam, because tomorrow, yes, Mommy, you pray, but no, please come here beside me. We need to pray together for your exam, tomorrow exam,
That's wonderful. Yes, I've got another 2 questions, and then we're done. Thank you very much. Now, obviously, losing that is, I think one of the questions that I wanted to ask you when you came to London, but there were already many questions that were brought to you, and is obviously the children, they lost the daughter, and then they lost the father, yes. and obviously there's something that we had to deal with ourselves in terms of praying for something that then is not the outcome is kind of different from what they prayed for. So unanswered prayers. So pray for your how do you deal with unanswered prayers? Oh, can you hear me now? You can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
The Skype is not going very well. Would you please repeat?
As I was saying, okay, so the children lost the sister, then they lost the daughter. Yes. They must have prayed, for dad to be saved. But obviously, the prayer and the outcome of the prayer, of their prayers, was kind of different. So how do you deal with unanswered prayers? So prayers that God answers different from what you want.
Yes. When you lost your sister, the Carmineta, she was the oldest, and they know very well they was who take her sometimes, and they was so Daddy, Mommy, I can understand what is the plan of God.
Exactly.
Because Carmela, she was a nice sister and brother. I can understand why God can do this to our family. They just lost 2 brothers.
Yeah, as well.
All this, but they didn't know because they don't born, no? And now they just lost his father. But there are some questions that you can't say anything. It's impossible to understand, because our intelligence is so little.
So limited.
Limited, yes,
Yeah.
it's limited. We would like to, please, God, explain me, what do you want with this? With this, I can't understand. We are limited. I accept, because I think that, God, you are my Father, and you love me really so big, but I can't understand. But
So it's a matter of trust. So they kind of learned to trust that, you know, the Father knew better than they did, I guess.
Yes.
This is teaching our children. It's a difficult one, you know, because, you know, whenever we're about, you know, so you pray as a family, and you really, you know, you pray for this particular intention, and it doesn't happen. You know, the children do struggle, and we found that they really struggle with that.
Yes, but you know, in the big families, large family, the happiness, we are together, and the sad things, we are so close, you know. It's so nice when we are together.
Very good. So one last question, and is, you know, I mean, I'm sure you have many happy memories, you know, as a family, but just give me one of the happiest memory that you have of you as a family. Maybe one moment in which you felt that you touched heaven. I don't know. So just one thing that you can recall, you know, of this, you know, being together, you know, even sitting down on a sofa, and, you know, and looking at your children. I don't know, anything.
I would like to say, I touched heaven a lot of time in my life. For example, yesterday I came back from my work, and we are sitting together in this round table. We was laughing. There was a nice cook, a nice meal, and it was so nice to be together. I am sure I was tired. I traveled 6 hours by car, and the other one, they was tired because one has an exam. The other, but we try to be together in these little moments around the table, and it was so nice. It was not an extra moment. No, we need to find the happiness in this normal life. No, when I will do a travel in Honolulu, in Bahamas, Cancun, Rosa, I promise you, I will be happy. No, we need to learn to be happy every day. In our meals, around your table, together with your children, with your husband, with your friends, we need to learn how to be happy.